quick one now for you gear jammers out there. Welcome back to another episode of Smooth Operator Trucking, where we create the dream 1 mile at a time. I'm your host, Smooth Operator, and today we're going to be asking the question, what's the difference between Mercer and Landstar trailers? And we're getting started right now. Let's jump right into it. What's the difference between Landstar and Mercer trailers? All right, so I'm dry van, so I'm going to be talking about this from a dry van perspective. Landstar and Mercer are both premier owner, 100% owner-operator companies. You can choose your own loads. At Landstar, you do choose your own loads. At Mercer, you can choose your own loads, or you can use a coordinator to choose your loads for you, or do a mixture of the two. I personally do not have a coordinator. I'm currently at Mercer. I do not have a coordinator. I book out my own loads. So, what we want to talk about today is the difference between the trailers. There's about 10,000 power units at Landstar, so probably about maybe 15, 20,000 trailers in the Landstar system. I don't know for sure, but I think that's a pretty accurate number. At Mercer, you got about 1,500 to 2,000 power units, and maybe 2,000 to 3,000 trailers. There's a lot more drop and hook opportunities at Landstar than there is at Mercer. Probably 90% of the things you're going to be doing at Mercer is going to be live load and live unload. At Landstar, if you're doing dry van, you get paid 65% of line haul and 100% of fuel surcharge. If you have your own dry van trailer at Landstar, then you get paid 72% of the gross line haul. At Mercer, you rent a trailer. You rent a trailer for $675 a month. At Mercer, you get paid 75% of the gross line haul and 100% of the fuel surcharge. If you have your own trailer at Mercer, you still get paid 75%. You just don't pay a trailer fee. Now, anything over 7,700 miles, Mercer charges you an additional 3 cents per mile. So normally, for me, obviously I do way over 7,700 miles. I normally end up paying another $100 to $150 on average for the trailer rental. So let's talk about maintenance. Maintenance is probably a really big issue when it comes to trailers if you're using the company's trailers. I have to give Mercer the upper hand on this. They are a lot better at maintaining their trailers than Landstar is, but a lot of that is due to the fact that they have a lot less trailers, a lot less drop and hook. If you ever go to Landstar and you're on any of the Landstar pages or networking groups, that'll be one of the things you hear about the most is how terrible the trailers are at Landstar on the dry van side. Especially if you're doing drop and hook. You know, you drop off one trailer, hook up to another one, you just never know what you're gonna get. You might have flat tires, you might have bald tires, you might have bad brakes. And it's really hard, it's more difficult to get Landstar to approve the repairs if you take it to a shop. You take it to a shop and you might waste a whole day or longer just trying to get Landstar to approve the repairs that need to be done on the trailer. And so you lose a lot of time. And so what happens is it becomes a cycle. Guys will pick up a trailer and realize they don't have time to get the necessary repairs on the trailer done, and they'll pass the buck or kick the rock down to the next owner operator. And when this happens, if you do decide to be the good guy and go and get that trailer maintenance done, again, that might make you late delivering the load. With Mercer, you'll run into that issue sometimes, but not as much. One thing about Mercer though, you pick up the trailers and they'll tell you, hey, this trailer is due for a PM. They have to get a PM done on a trailer once a month, and obviously it has to have its yearly federal inspection. The PMs can be done anywhere, but the federal inspection can only be done at certain shops. You can almost just about guarantee every time you pick up a Mercer trailer, if you do have to do a drop and hook, that it's going to need a PM. But you might be dropping that trailer off before that PM is actually due. Just depends on what lanes you run and how often you do dropping hooks. Like I said, 90% of your loads are going to be dropping hooks, but if you're running a lane where there is a lot of dropping hook, then you might not keep the same trailer for very long. Sometimes it is hard to get Mercer to approve the repairs, normally when it's after hours. I haven't had too many issues with it if it's during business hours. What I like to do is I try to get the work done during my 10-hour break, so that way it's not messing up my day. And most of the time that seems to be sufficient. Most of the trailers at Mercer, dry van wise, are Great Danes. The ones at Landstar, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe most of those are Hyundai. One thing about Mercer is you don't lose your trailer. Like if you're paying the monthly rental fee, so if you decide you want to take a month off, 2 weeks off, 3 weeks off, they don't start calling you trying to get that trailer back. Now with Landstar, if you're off more than 10 days and you haven't booked any freight, they will start calling you, or they will come and get that trailer, because you're not paying a rental fee at Landstar. Yeah, you're getting a less percentage, so that percentage is figured into that, but you're not actually paying a rental fee. So they need that trailer to continue to earn revenue. So after about 10 days, they're going to come get that trailer in most cases. There are exceptions to that, but in most cases, they're going to come get that trailer after 10 days. At Mercer, you keep the trailer as long as you want to, as long as you're paying that rental fee. Now, if you decide to terminate at Landstar, or you get terminated, they'll either have that load or that trailer picked up by someone else, usually someone who just went through orientation, depending on how far you are from one of their orientation locations, because Landstar has several orientation locations, whereas Mercer only has one. If you terminate or get terminated at Mercer,
way station 30 miles ahead.
If you terminate or get terminated at Mercer, there's a good chance that no matter where you are, you'll have to take that trailer back to the yard in Louisville, Kentucky. There are exceptions to that, but majority of the time, you'll have to figure out a way to get that trailer back to Louisville. So those are some of the differences between running a dry van trailer at Mercer and running one at Landstar. Hope this video helped you. If it did, consider hitting that like button, consider subscribing, and leave a comment. And as always, it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. Hard times don't last, hard truckers do. And last but not least, stay smooth, my friends.